What's up, guys? Yesterday was new comic book day. I went and got a couple pickups, made those investments. Gotta get that money, that future money. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But out of the comics that I was getting, I was extremely excited for The Acolyte. I am an old man, so I have not downloaded the Marvel comic app, so I still get physical copies. Anyway, this comic is very good. I was interested to see what it's like because we don't have very many Wookiee Jedis. I know there's a handful. I can't even recall their names, honestly. But it was very cool. We pretty much just got a little bit of it was like a single arc story. It was just a little one shot for Kelnacca, which I thought was very cool. I keep just saying that over and over, and it's not very productive. But we start the comic off. A girl named Ordea is comforting her master as he's passing away, and he goes into a story about how his master has died. His master ended up dying in a crash, and Kelnacca ended up taking over as his master. And throughout the comic, they go on these adventures and they do these things, saving people, going to wars. And they just make Kelnacca not have many words. So he's just a man of few words, just like the brooding loner. We find out his name is Yarzion. I don't know his name or his significance, if it's in the High Republic or... I'm not caught up on any of that. I haven't read any of the High Republic books, actually, so... Oh, well on me. So we follow him, and he ends up saving... Yarzion ends up saving a droid with hologram droid. I think it was a droid with holograms. He ends up saving it from a fire. I am sweating like a pig. He saves it from a fire, and... just like that, Kelnacca decided he is no longer a Padawan, because the family really wanted their holograms because it had their dead mother on there. So I guess it was it was an honorable thing to do. Pretty much what I got from this comic is make sure you're honorable, and you will be a Jedi. And no matter what. I'm kidding. So he saves the girl, the droids. Kelnacca knights him. And the whole time in the comic, Yarzion is telling Ordea this story as he's dying. That's the whole thing of the story. They talk about how Yarzion got caught as a Padawan getting a tattoo of his teacher to show respect, and then his teacher ended up getting that tattoo as a sign of respect. And I forget what it was. I forget exactly. But Kelnacca ends up getting that tattoo, so that's how he gets a tattoo on his head, is he is showing, respect to his student and saying that his student is his teacher. And it's like... it's actually a kind of beautiful thing of honoring your teacher. I thought it was cool. A cool little tattoo meaning for Kelnacca's head tattoo, even though he just get murdered. Anyway, so that's how he gets his head tattoo. And then pretty much at the end of the comic, Kelnacca shows up as Yarzion is dying, and he's like, "You have showed up." And before he dies, Ordea is like, "Who's gonna finish my training? Oh my gosh!" And, well, that's how the story starts. That's how the story started. Was her being like, "Who's gonna finish my training?" And he's like, "I had the same question." And then Kelnacca shows up. Yarzion dies. They burn his body. She's like, while her master's body is burning, and she's just like, well, I know he's dead and all, but I thought I only had a little bit of training left, and he said I only had a couple more months to be a Jedi. Would you mind if when do we start training? But then she realizes that's a bad thing to do because he's grieving over his friend, You don't bring up stuff like that when people are grieving. Respect. Anyhow, she feels bad that she asked that question, and she says, never mind, and starts to walk away. Kelnacca looks at her and goes, and freaking zips out his lightsaber. And, yeah. I guess that was his way of saying that she's learning, she's progressing, she's on the path to becoming a good Jedi. This comic book was a fun little one-shot. If you like Wookiees and you like Wookiees as Jedis, you might like this. It is just a short, sweet story. But yeah, that was the Star Wars Acolyte. I don't know if we're getting any more Acolyte comics, but I will be waiting around to see what we get and keep you guys posted. I still have to bring myself to read the newer Star Wars and the newer Darth Vaders. I got into some of them, but I don't know. That's a whole thing for a different time. Maybe that will be the reason I get the Marvel app and I start reading comics on there, because I need to catch up. If they're going to make all this canon, then I need to know what's going on. So, yeah. Pick up the Acolyte if you have an LCS near you. If not, just read it on the Marvel app, if you're even interested. But that's why I made this video, to give you the information so you can find out if you are interested. Have a good day, and may the Force be with you always. Stay hydrated. It is hot. It is hot.